Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football. I hope all of you are doing well today. Just the one video. There wasn't too much going on earlier on in the morning. There will be a double upload tomorrow because I anticipate things will be kicking off. There was a lot of focus today on the Women's Euros final, which we're going to come to. Hold the phone, stay till the end. But this video, I'm going to try and pack everything all in terms of what has happened today. Make sure you're here, subscribe, notification bell on, be here for tomorrow as we get into a double upload. But let's start off with the big elephant in the room. Who is that? Well, it's about Javi Simons. We have an update. Simons and Hato, to be honest. I did put Simons in the title and the thumbnail, but there is an update on Hato as well. But I think if you ask anyone now in terms of Hato, you feel pretty confident this is going to get done. People are looking at Simons and going, no, please get done. Well, look, I know we've been getting similar updates throughout, but we got Ben Jacobs that has decided to speak on this today in the last few hours. This was earlier on today, saying, as it says right here, I'm going to have to just do this for now until when I get the graphics sorted. But Chelsea advancing talks with Javi Simons. Now, I know we've heard this before, but the next part. Terms now broadly in place. Club-to-club talks ongoing. Chelsea expected to place a first formal offer soon after verbal discussions over numbers. Talks described as positive. Arsenal and Bayern Munich monitoring situation, but no bids yet. And they won't put any bid yet. They won't put a bid. They won't. Seems like Chelsea are far into it. But it's like I told you, when it comes to these sort of deals like this, sometimes on the off chance, you do get one that decides to take a little bit of a while. But the most important thing is that everything gets agreed, at least in terms of the discussions with the player, and then fees with the clubs. Once that's all done, Chelsea will place a first offer. That's how, when it comes to business now, look, we got to understand, it's not like how it used to be. How it used to be, it seemed like clubs back in the day would be like, okay, look, we want that player. They wouldn't even talk to the player. That's how business used to be done. Go back and watch, because that would be deemed as properly tapping up, because back in the day, agents didn't have so much influence. It was mainly down straight to the player. The agent was, was there, but didn't have as much power as like agents do now. And especially with connections and the way that people communicate nowadays. It's not like before. Before you actually had to pick up the phone to talk to someone. Now, everything's over a WhatsApp message or it's changed. Everything's become so much more accessible. But back in the day, listen, we want that player. To the club, what's your price? Listen, look, here's our first bid. Let's talk. The bid's in. They reject it. All right, let's talk more. Negotiate. Boom, boom, boom. Once a deal is in place, okay, we've accepted. We're good. Okay, now we've got permission to talk to the player. Then you go and deal with personal terms. That's how it used to be done. Now, even though you're not allowed to talk to the player before you talk to the club, but there's loopholes. There's ways around it, Intermediaries. Someone talks to his agent or his rep who then talks to him, and then you just get third parties talking to each other and feeding the information to both of you. That's technically not tapping up. I've not contacted the player. Got nothing to do with it. Someone has contacted someone that knows him. That's how it works. You get the personal terms agreed, and then talk to the club. And then, listen, we'll just talk, no bids, but look, what are we looking to do? We're happy with this? Okay, now we're going to put in a bid properly, and you're going to accept. Or sometimes they go, no, you know what, we're not going to accept that. How about we negotiate some more? But the way that business is done now is just completely shifted with how it used to be done. So look, when sometimes it goes a little bit over the line or it takes a little bit longer, it's fine, don't panic. Don't panic. Javi Simons, I am pretty sure is going to get done. And I don't know if maybe them just still sticking Arsenal and Bayern Munich in there is just to make it seem like Chelsea are under pressure, but no. There's no pressure. There's no pressure. We're all good. As far as I'm concerned, it seems like things are looking pretty straightforward and Simons will become a Chelsea player. It'll be pretty shocking if he doesn't become a Chelsea player. But let's wait and see. Let me know your thoughts, but that's the latest. Terms broadly in place. Light work left to do. Surely light work left to do. And agreeing a fee. Now, Joao Felix has headed off to Al-Nassr for a total package of 48 million. I said 43 yesterday. Turns out that's not correct. 48 million total package. Fee plus add-ons. What are the add-ons? I don't know. But Al-Nassr in Saudi, with Joao Felix and Cristiano might actually do something. And talking about Cristiano, there was a bit of news saying that he wants Cucurella. Cristiano wanted Felix, cool, Felix is in. He also wants Cucurella. Listen, Cristiano, listen, we love you and whatnot, yeah, you're a legend. I mean, big up CR7 as far as I'm concerned, yeah. I always have his back when it comes to Cristiano, Messi and all that. Messi's Messi, but Cristiano's Cristiano. Anyway, Cristiano, look, respectfully, get lost. Cucurella's not going anywhere, mate, especially to you lot. But, we have a counter offer. Would you like Ben Chilwell for, let's say, 35 million? How's that sound? You can just take Ben instead. We've got a left back here who would be, I think, more than happy to go and get a decent salary in Saudi, especially playing with Cristiano and yourself, Joao Felix. I mean, that sounds like something that could really cook. I mean, to be honest, on top of that, you can even take, Raheem the Dream. Raheem Sterling as well. You lot can get some big players from us, man. Cristiano, listen, get on the phone. Like I tell everyone, get on the blower. Get on the blower and let's talk, Cristiano. Yeah, let's talk. Anyway, let's wait and see what happens to all of that. But Felix heading over there means that the space has now been made. Chelsea are in a much better position now to going for Simons and get the deal done because Felix has left. At least even financially, we're in a great place now. So the coast is clear. I expect now, hopefully, this to get done in the next few days. Fingers crossed, the next few days this gets done. So let's wait and see. Let me know your thoughts down below. Much appreciated. To Hato. Let's move to Hato. Now, we got an update from Mike Verwage, I think, or Mike Verway. I don't know how to pronounce his name, I'll be honest. This geezer. He's from Holland. Telegraph in Holland. Does Ajax news. He says, in and around Ajax, they say a fee of 50 million euros, so 43.8 million pounds, would also be a wonderful amount, despite asking for 48 to 52 million pounds. Both parties are expected to meet in the middle somewhere, and it's not that far away. When you start talking about just that last couple of 2-3 million, and I know some of you are going to look and go, no, but Younes, Mike Maignan was 2-3 million, we didn't get that done. Different story. This is a 19-year-old left-back that we actually really need. And I know some of you are going to go, we need a goalkeeper. I agree. We did need Mike Maignan as far as I'm concerned. But according to Chelsea, we got Sanchez. But also according to Chelsea, we got Cucurella, but no one else. We actually really, really need Hato. Chelsea will tell you we don't need anyone else because we got Sanchez. So that's what I'm telling you what they would say. Personally, I think we need Hato, and I think we need Mike Maignan if I'm honest. But like I've said before, if Sanchez can keep things simple and play like how he did in that Club World Cup final consistently, then we've not got a problem. We've not got a problem. But is he going to do that consistently? That remains to be seen. I hope so. Although I got to be honest, my hopes are not high. But we'll see. Anyway, that's that. Hato, though, this fee is looking like it's about to be achieved. It's looking like it's about to get done too. It's a matter of time. It's a matter of time. So we'll give it some moments. We'll see how it's all gonna pan out, and fingers crossed that gets done and we get those two players in. Lovely jubbly. So that's the latest on Hato and Javi Simons. Let me know your thoughts down below. But let's jump to England women before we get to all the other teams and whatnot. England women. Respect to every single one of you. I'm going to do this in a way that if you watch wrestling, if you watch, I think UFC, if you watch, boxing don't really do it, but they should. And still, your European champions, England. Back to back. Euro winner. Unbelievable. England going and doing it again, and this time against the world champion Spain. Honestly, respect, because they were 1-0 down, just like they were in previous games in the tournament, but they always find a way to come back, and this one was on penalties. Penalties are penalties. Penalties are a lottery. You never know what way it can go. But some of the grit and the resolve that these England women show is just fascinating. It's fascinating. Lucy Bronze, I mean proper Chelsea Lucy Bronze. Lucy Bronze, after the game, came out and said that she played the entire tournament with a fractured tibia and she didn't say a word to anyone because she wanted to play. salute to you, woman. Salute to you, man. That is unreal. A fractured tibia. And she was walking about and running about like it's nothing until the end when she was bandaged up and she looked like she only had one leg. Respect. That's proper Chelsea. But on top of that, Chloe Kelly, Arsenal's Chloe Kelly, and she was the one that got the most decisive goals in very critical games of this campaign, including tonight. Fascinating stuff. The goalkeeper as well, Chelsea's own. Again, we got a pretty good representation in this, I gotta say. But overall, absolutely phenomenal stuff from England women. Even Weidman deserves recognition here. Look, I know in England it's not a thing. You can't knight someone who's not English. I get it. Yeah. Oh well, who's not British. I think it's British. Yeah. I think if you England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, you can be knighted. But listen, I don't care if she's Dutch. Yeah. We knighted Southgate, and he got us to two finals. Was it two finals? It was. No, one final. I've lost track. I've lost track of how much we failed. I lost track. But Weidman has got us to 2 back-to-back Euros. I mean, listen, I don't care if she's Dutch. Knight the woman. Give her a damehood. Honestly, she deserves it. She deserves it. And if it can't be done, we should create some like recognition that you do for people of foreign nationalities who contribute to the country. Like we should. Honestly, respect to her. She's done a phenomenal job. She's a 3-time European champion. But today, even when Spain were really looking really technical, they were playing really well on the ball. And England, I think, at times showed too much respect. But later on, as the game went on, especially after the equaliser, they really started to develop a little bit more character in the game, a little bit more presence. It's not showing too much respect. And I think the fatigue levels really started to kick in. Extra time, you just could see they really couldn't run anymore. Penalties, and hence why there was a lot of missed penalties too. I'm not surprised. There's still development that needs to be done in the women's game. I mean, even physically, it's a different ball game. It's not like the men. You can't compare the men to the women. It's two different things. But they showed a lot of grit and a lot of resolve and a lot of strength, and they really, really went to the end. And respect to them, they absolutely got it over the line, and they done it against the world champions. I would suspect that England need to go and become world champions now at women level. And they've achieved a lot already, but I will say this. The men, you got to step up now. The women have been stepping up for time now. They've been setting the standard. They're back-to-back European champions and beating the world champions and even some big countries in this tournament. England men need to go and set it too now. Yeah? It's over to the men. The women have done their jobs. The men need to go and do theirs. And it's next year at the World Cup. Thomas Tuchel's England needs to go and bring it home. Yeah? Come on, England, let's do it. Now, I do want to say one thing because I feel like this is important. I do want to mention this. Lucy Bronze said that she had a fracture the entire tournament. And big up to Lauren James as well, because she as well, even though she got injured just like her brother. But Reece James was there too, and yeah. He's a winner, she's a winner, it's in the family, what can I say? Fantastic. What I will add, because I feel like this is important to make, there was interviews post-game for this final. Hannah Hampton, the goalkeeper, said something very, very important, and there was another one, I don't know if it was Chloe Kelly who said it, but I think Hannah Hampton said something very important post-match, and she said that we didn't give up, we really went to the end, we've got English blood in us. There was another woman, I think it was Chloe Kelly, if I'm not mistaken, or if it was Hemp, might have been Hemp, who said, we're proud to be English. You know, I feel proud to be English tonight. Respect to these girls saying that, because I do have to make this clear, and this is coming from someone who is half Algerian and half English, right? When it's anyone else that says, I'm proud to be where they're from, they get praised for being patriotic. You know, oh look, he's really proud of, or she's really proud of their roots, where they come from, that's their nationality, yeah, respect them. But when an English person does it, it's immediately got a negative connotation. And I get why, but do not let that stay. Do you know what I mean? There's a negative connotation because of a few that decide to use that in order to fuel whatever hatred they have. But don't let that be the image of what it is to be English. You should be proud. If you're English, you're proud to be English. You should not have a problem to say it in fear of what others have to say or what they think. You're in England. This is England. If you're English and you're proud to be English and you're in England, say you're proud to be English. It's fine. Do you know what I mean? And these women who came out today after this final and said it, after putting in that shift, which they did, and they proved it with their actions, respect to them. Because that's the right representation of people that are legitimately proud to be English and proved it. And credit to them, because that's the example that many need to follow. Do not be scared of the negative connotation that it might have. Be proud, because that's something that this country is missing. And it's missing because people are scared. They're scared of coming out in their own country to say, I am proud to be English, because they're going to be deemed something negative immediately. Who cares? Say it. Do you know what I mean? Wherever you are from, now this is not just an English thing, wherever you're from, be proud of it. It's your roots. It's your blood. It's your heritage. It's your family. It's your ancestors. That's what makes you who you are. Ultimately, don't forget, we're all human beings and we're all the same, no matter what colour, no matter what religion, no matter what we are. We're all the same. We're all the same flesh. We're all the same blood. We're all the same bone. We're all the same. We're the same, right? We have the same systems. We're the same. Don't think you're superior or inferior to anyone, but your roots and where you come from, that's you as well, man. Be proud of that. Wherever you're from, be proud of where you're from. And stick to it, because you can't change it. That is who you are. So be proud of it. I want to make that clear. Man. It's important. It's important that people start developing a positive connotation of being able to say I'm English. Because we're the only country that I see in the world that there's a problem with it. Shouldn't be that way. Should not be that way. So respect to the ladies tonight that got the job done and did make that clear. Salute to them. Now, other clubs and what is going on before we wrap up. There's big things with Liverpool. Big things with Liverpool. There's been an agreement there's been an agreement for Diaz. Bayern Munich. It's done. Pretty much, it's done. And this one is going to, I think this one's going to hit. This one's going to hit, and why? Because I feel like this is going to be the reason why we do get a big deal kicking off for a certain striker that we know is going to be something quite substantial, going from Newcastle to Liverpool, and all because Liverpool seem like they're about to get their money. They're about to get their money, courtesy of David Ornstein right here. Bayern Munich reached total agreement with Liverpool to sign Luis Diaz. Deal for 28-year-old winger, 75 million euros, plus permission granted to travel for medical. Proposed 4 + 1 year contract at Bayern Munich. Now 190 million in sales since Hughes became Liverpool sporting director. That's how much money they've generated. That's mental. And they've still got more if they want. Players that are going to be heading out the door and generating some sales money. This is going to open the door for them to go all in for Isak. And I know some people would still look and go, no, but hang on, if they're getting rid of Diaz, they might still need someone like Rodrigo, which is true. They might actually go in for Rodrigo in order to get someone else to play on that side. They might go all in, but I would be shocked if they did have the funds, even with their sales, to get in Ekitike, Wirtz, Rodrigo and Isak all in the same window. That's like 500 million. 500 million there, surely. Liverpool also make up for it with FFP because they didn't spend much in the last couple of seasons. They didn't spend. And that's where they've been given that window to go all in. And it makes matters worse because they are the current Premier League champions. They do have a good team and they're going to add to it in this manner. It sounds ridiculous. It sounds insane. So we'll see how this one's all going to pan out. But it's looking very sticky for many players, for many people right now in terms of looking at Liverpool as a serious, dangerous threat if they do get this over the line. How are they going to go for after Diaz? Is it going to be straight in just for Isak, or is it going to be for Rodrigo as well? We've not heard much with Rodrigo, but we've heard about Isak. Ben Jacobs tells us Liverpool remain intent to sign Alexander Isak this summer. Even after Hugo Ekitike's arrival, Luis Diaz's exit, coupled with a likely Darwin Núñez departure, opens the door for another attacker despite confidence in the current options. However, there are no plans to bid blindly. Liverpool will only make a formal offer for Isak if given encouragement from Newcastle. Liverpool waiting to understand if Newcastle are now willing sellers due to Isak pushing for an exit before tabling any offer. If they make a bid, it will be done with confidence. It won't be a speculative one. So it's like what I was saying earlier on. It will be if they're determined and sure that a deal is going to be done before they place an offer. So if we do get news that an offer has been made, if we do get that confirmation, then it's done. It's done. Fabrizio tells us Liverpool are prepared to go big for Alexander Isak after Luis Diaz sell done. Isak keen on move and not even in talks with Saudi clubs. Only Liverpool. Is he in talks with Liverpool? Does that mean that? Up to Newcastle now, with Liverpool waiting but ready to enter strong with record proposal. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. And on top of that, we have Newcastle that are making preparations, and this is where I think it's going to be the trigger. Newcastle are already going in for Sesko. We have Florian Plettenberg telling us that there is currently no agreement between Newcastle and Benjamin Sesko, not even a principal one. Newcastle are in talks with the players' camp, with RB Leipzig have not received an offer yet. The situation order depends on what happens with Alexander Isak. But I think that's hand in hand. I think it also works the other way around. I think if a deal gets done, or if there's a good feeling for Sesko to head to Newcastle, Newcastle go, you know what? Yeah, Liverpool, listen, 150 million, send it and he's yours. And then that will really open the door. Liverpool though, are they going to pay that money, or are they going to want to try and pay a little less? How is this all going to be done? Like I've told you before, personally, my feeling is that Isak will end up at Liverpool, but when? Maybe not so soon. Maybe it doesn't happen just quite now, maybe in a couple of weeks or something, maybe close to the Premier League season, we get a move that ends up happening, and Sesko maybe heading to Newcastle too, in that manner. Time will tell. Time will tell. But Liverpool are spending money that they all thought they would never spend because they'd done things organically, which to be fair to an extent they did. But now they're spending. Join the club, lads. Join the club. Welcome. Welcome to the spend club. Guess what? In order to stay at the top and win Premier League titles, you need to spend. Yeah. So welcome. I'm glad you finally got it. You finally understood. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, let's see where this one goes. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think Isak ends up at Liverpool? Do you think he stays at Newcastle? Personally, I don't see any way where he stays at Newcastle. I think that's broken. It's ruptured. Surely. Surely? Well, let me know what you think. Much appreciated. I will catch all of you tomorrow for a brand new one. Brand new too. So make sure you're here, subscribe, notification bell on, and I'll catch you tomorrow in a bit, people. Look after yourselves. Take care. And peace.